SBR Forum Videos, I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the opening round of the 2014 NHL playoffs, and right now we are talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter. Time to pick some winners.
All right. Now, just give a quick plug for OffshoreInsiders.com, Joe. You know, a lot of people, everyone who is a regular viewer of our channel is familiar with you, but a lot of people might not know that you also handicap hockey.
Now, we do hockey, especially in the playoffs, and we've had more than our share of success. We'll be doing the NBA playoffs as well, all at OffshoreInsiders.com. But no, I've been a hockey fan since, my days in diapers, and it certainly pays off. And if anything, maybe the fact that I have a little bit of an underdog bias, I think that actually helps me in the NHL playoffs, especially in the opening two rounds.
Yeah, for sure. We see, upsets all the time in the NHL playoffs. Right now we're going to talk Philly and the Rangers, though. And I'll tell you, in this one, I think I'm liking the favorite here, the Rangers. The Rangers, of course, have home ice. They're minus 143 to win the series right now at Pinnacle. Philly is on the other side at plus 129. And, the Rangers, obviously, great defense, great goaltending. The knock on them is kind of just that their top lines are not that potent, not as potent as you'd like to see when you're picking a team to win a playoff round, a playoff series. But I think that Philly is weak enough in goal and on defense that the Rangers scorers should be able to get enough into the net that they'll be able to pull out this series. I think the line minus 143 is a very modest, very reasonable, and this is actually, I think, my favorite play out of all the opening round series lines. I like the Rangers minus 143. You agree with me, Joe?
No, I do agree with you. Look, the knock on the Rangers in the past when John Tortorella was the coach is they just did not have enough scoring under Alain Vigneault. They did struggle early adjusting to a completely new system, and it looked like the coaching change early on wasn't going to pay off, but they became more and more comfortable. The Rangers did. They have a little bit more offensive firepower than the teams that have come up short in the playoffs. But really the biggest key here, I think, of the entire series for either team is, it is amazing where both the New York Yankees and the New York Rangers, when they get these star players, sometimes there are guys that seem to struggle under the pressure of the limelight in New York. And the Rangers, Martin St. Louis, he was acquired this year. He struggled a little bit. Brad Richards is a guy who was really their biggest disappointment in the playoffs last year. So there's a ton of pressure on him. And, of course, Rick Nash was another big acquisition last year. He came up short in the playoffs. So if those three big-name players can finally put it together, especially on the power play, the Rangers could be a dark horse team to win the Stanley Cup. But it's just a matter of the Rangers' offensive firepower if they're coming through. And we know that, Lundqvist is as good as it gets in the NHL as far as goaltenders, but he has had his share of struggles in the postseason, but usually not in the first couple rounds. He has won a couple series. He just hasn't been able to carry the team to the Cup. So, yeah, the Rangers, they do have a little bit more from top to bottom than Philadelphia, but that's really dependent on the fact that they got to have their scorers score. Philadelphia actually has more depth at the forward position. Their number 4 center, Vincent Lecavalier, he's a heck of a guy for a fourth center. So Philadelphia probably has more scoring depth. The Rangers are definitely more top-heavy as far as scoring is concerned. But I think that Philadelphia could win this series with their third and fourth line. So I think it's really the forward depth is the biggest strength for Philadelphia.
Right, but the reason that we think that the Rangers have the edge is just an edge, goaltending and defense, just as simple as that.
Yeah, they do, and especially more so top-heavy. I think the Rangers have more goal-scoring up front. I don't think they have more goal-scoring in the third and fourth line. And yes, they certainly are much stronger in goal, where Lundqvist, when he's at the top of his game, he can be the best in the world. And any playoff question marks against him really don't apply in the first round. He's played well in the first and second rounds. It's more going to the conference finals where he really seems to hit that wall.
We're in agreement, Joe. Currently, the Rangers are minus 143. Thanks, Joe.